Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today I want to talk about the Game Awards because everyone's talking about their predictions on what's going to be announced, and I wanted to go over what I think is going to be announced for Nintendo stuff. I honestly think we may get 2 announcements at the Game Awards. So the one that I think is guaranteed, like I would be shocked if it wasn't announced, and I'm sure everyone knows what I'm about to say, is the next Smash Bros. Character. There's already that thing in the My Nintendo rewards thing or whatever. They're doing something for the holidays, and on the day of the Game Awards, it has some reference of saying a new present has arrived or something. There's some wording about it that honestly sounds like a fighter, and I don't think the reward would have anything to do with the fighter really, but that alone is already like, well, that's strange. But I feel like Nintendo is just doing that because they know that everyone assumes that the next character is going to be announced there. So I really feel like the next Smash Bros. Character is going to be announced there. As to who I think it could be, I obviously would hope for Geno or Dixie, but I don't think either are going to happen. If one were to happen, it probably would be Geno, but in terms of who I think it could be, I really do think it's Travis Touchdown. But regardless of what character I think it's going to be, I do think for sure we're going to get the announcement for the last Smash Bros. Character in the Fighter's Pass, because in the initial trailer it said by February 2020 we're going to get all the characters. It would just make perfect sense to announce it now, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to come out February 2020. So they announce it now, it could come out in January. I think they're going to announce the last Smash Bros. Character in the DLC pack. But for the second announcement, I think it could potentially be one of 3 different things. One would be them showing Bayonetta 3 again, which this one I think is less likely. For a while I thought it was pretty likely, but now I think it's less likely because I don't think it would be as hype to show a game that they already showed there again when we've heard nothing about it. Like, it would be hype because we heard nothing about it, but in terms of people that don't care about Bayonetta, it would just be kind of like, oh, they're showing this again. So I'm starting to think that maybe they're going to go with a different game, and that's where I think it could be 1 of 2 games. I think that it's either going to be Metroid Prime 4 or Mario Odyssey 2. I think that both of those games would work perfectly to do this with, and yes, I know they haven't officially announced a Mario Odyssey 2, but with how successful the Switch has been, and with how successful Mario Odyssey was, I really think we're going to get a second one on this console, similar to what they're doing with Breath of the Wild. And with Metroid Prime 4, they announced it and have said nothing or showed anything for a very, very long time. They announced it years ago at this point. And with all these rumors going around about Metroid Prime Trilogy coming to Switch and them doing an HD remaster of Super Metroid, I could see this being the start of hyping up that game. Because for next year, the only release we really know about is Animal Crossing and them putting Xenoblade on the Switch. So with those being the only 2 games, they're going to have to start hyping stuff up, because I don't think they're just going to rely on those 2 games and then Smash DLC. So clearly some other big titles are coming out next year, because Animal Crossing is going to be big, but it's not coming out in holiday. They're going to have holiday titles. So I think one of those 2 games is going to be shown. Like I said, I originally thought they would show Bayonetta 3, but I'm starting to not think so. I think they're going to want to start to build the hype up a lot for other titles. Maybe Bayonetta 3 will come out next year, but they've already shown it at the Game Awards, so I think they're going to go a different route. But I really do not think that they're only going to show the next Smash Bros. Character. I have a strong feeling we're going to get more than 1 announcement. So those are my Game Award predictions for Nintendo. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all this, what your predictions are. If you want to keep up to date with all my content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone.